Hello world, it is Tuesday, October 4th, 2022, and looking out the window at Defiance, it's another bright, beautiful, sunshiny day, and another cool one, although I think close to 70 today, or around 70, in the next couple days, 50 on Friday, so cooler weather is coming. The devotion for today is entitled Shadow Blessings by Kaji Dosha. Kaji bases the devotion upon Psalm 139, verses 11 through 12, New Revised Standard Version. I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light around me become night. Even the darkness is not dark to you. The dark is as bright as the day, for darkness is as light to you. And then Kaji writes, we haven't been able to decide whether a nightlight is the right choice for our toddler. She is a trendy one with a hue you might find in a nightclub. It's the shape of an elephant plugged directly into the wall. At the slightest hint of darkness, it shows up. Even if it's the brightest time of day, if someone hovers over it and casts a shadow, the elephant shines a bright electric blue. Meanwhile, she gets her strongest, most uninterrupted rest with complete darkness. If we can black out the street lights of our beloved New York City, if we go to a hotel that has blackout drapes, she will certainly sleep longer. Any household that has hosted a toddler will know that the ability to rest hinges on the child's ability to sleep. And from that perspective, darkness shifts. Darkness. The darkness that isn't dark to you, O God, is a tough term to unpack. Darkness assumes an underbelly, an underdog position at the least. For the psalmist to see darkness as equal to lightness in the eyes of God changes nearly everything I've been taught to fear about the dark. In the dark of sleep, our brains and bodies work on the kind of healing that can only come with the very deepest of rest. So for now, the elephant shines its disco lighting in the bathroom down the hall. Our toddler has led us into the dark. Everything hinges on our ability to embrace these shadow blessings. And Kaji's prayer. Oh God, may we never have so much light that we cannot embrace the healing space of darkness. Amen. A couple things that came to mind as I was reading this devotion is, one, how sometimes the use of the words dark and light, there can be racist undertones to that, or it can be felt to have racist undertones. So for some people, the use of the term darkness as something evil or bad is wrong, and we should avoid using that term and use a different term instead. But I think this psalm also shows the goodness of darkness. And that led me to think about times that I have been far away from the city. One time up in northern Michigan where we were probably 30 miles from the nearest village, which wasn't really very big, and no streetlights, and there was no moon. It was a new moon, so the moon was dark, and there were no clouds in the sky, and you could see the Milky Way, and it's just incredible. Most people who live in the city, they see some stars, but you rarely see the Milky Way because there's just so much ambient light that drowns out the beauty of the dark. But when you get to some place that is really devoid of human man-made light, you can see the natural light of creation, and it's phenomenal. In fact, where I was, that luminous light from the Milky Way was actually enough to even cast a shadow, which is phenomenal when you think of how many millions of miles away all those multitude of stars are, and yet their light still shined in that darkness of deep space. And the imagery just is so wonderful of that. And the last thing it kind of reminded me of is how critical sleep is to our mental and physical well-being. And it certainly is a lot easier to sleep, at least for me, when it's dark. We, a few years ago, bought some room darkening shades for our bedroom, and I found that I could actually, on my days off, sleep in a lot later than I could before, when we just had shears, when natural sunlight would come in. So darkness is a good thing. Hope you have a good day, and I hope to talk to you again tomorrow.